Come out of there. Look at that. Have you ever seen anything like that? It's hard to believe they came out of the car. They look brand new. Well, there it is, all pulled apart. The job everyone loves to hate. Yeah, that's right, it's putting these stupid diffs together. I'm going to show you a quick tip today, though, to make it heaps easier. Plastic parts. See how dirty they are? I'm going to show you how to bring those back to sparkling brand new. Australia, the land of kangaroos and beaches. Just look how clean those parts have come out. So it was a bit of a tale of broken dreams last race meet. After race 1, the old Mini lost drive. Blair pulled over to the side of the track. Wasn't sure what was going on. I went and had a bit of a look. The car underwent some trackside surgery, but check it out. Hi everyone, it's Mark here, and today we're working on the FG 4-wheel drive 1/5 scale RC car. It was a mouthful. Anyway, it's time to roll the sleeves up and get the hands dirty with some good old-fashioned maintenance. That's right, we got shocks to rebuild, belts to replace. What else we got to do? Diffs to rebuild. So much rebuilding, so much repairing, so much cleaning, so much maintenance. Anyway, thanks for watching, guys. Remember to subscribe to the channel, to like, to share, to comment. I don't know, what else? Do all those cool things. Anyway, I really hope you enjoyed today's video. Thanks for watching, guys. So those of you with a keen eye will spot the issue straight away. Yeah, that's right. He's been lawn mowing. Look at the grass in that. No wonder we don't have to mow the grass at the track very often. Check that out. Anyway, yeah, that was a problem. Broken belt. It's a good before. What we're going to do is we've got a heap of stuff to do, and while we're there, we're going to give this a good clean. We haven't really cleaned the Mini in a very long time. As you can see, he's been collecting a few of the trackside weeds, so we'll give it a birthday. All right, yep, so the main issue, broken belt. Look at that. I've never actually seen a broken belt in one of these FG 4-wheel drive cars before. Pretty strange. But anyway, there it is, broken belt. So that's fix number 1. So the shocks need attention too. They need rebuilding. The seals in those have obviously gone. Check out just how dirty they are. Come out of there. Look at that. Have you ever seen anything like that? Anyway, we'll be giving those a birthday too. And the plastic parts. The plastic parts. See how dirty they are? I'm going to show you how to bring those back to sparkling brand new. Well, there it is, all pulled apart. Took me about 25 minutes. Keep in mind though that I had the motor and the rear end out at the track in the emergency surgery last weekend. So anyway, it is filthy dirty. There's a couple little maintenance issues on it that we need to sort out. So let's take a close look at that before we move on. Alright, so the first in the list of these shocks, I'll give them a quick rebuild. I'll just touch on the process really quickly after they're cleaned, but you can see there, those bottom packing seals have been leaking. So that's silicone fluid there with dirt and gunk from the track. So we'll do a quick rebuild on those. So we'll take a quick look at the diffs too. I've noticed there's a lot of gunk built up on these. That's turned very hard. This is an idler for the four-wheel drive belt. That no doubt added to the tension on the belt, which led to its death. So that all needs to be cleaned off. It's gone very, very hard. The belt's obviously heated that dirt up and made it stick to that roller. And the diff teeth too. Whenever you got the diff out, you really need to go through and make sure you give these teeth a clean, because they get junked. They get junk in there everywhere too. And it just shortens the life of the belt, stretches the belt, and ultimately in the end, like mine, will destroy it. And just to give you a quick look how dirty those are. So we'll just see how well we can bring those up. I think they'll come up like new, but we'll see. Better get one of those. Yeah. And one of those. Yeah, continue shopping. Hello, gear carrier. Yeah, one of those. So ordinarily I'd be using a degreaser for some of this work, but the plastic parts can really suffer under some degreasers. So what I like to use is a foaming cleaner. So there's lots of different ones out on the market, but Simple Green make a good one. This is a Glitz one here. This is just one available here from Australia, land of kangaroos and beaches. So we just spray that on, let it soak for a little bit, and then give it a scrub off. Just see there how it's working. Look at the dirt it's bringing up there and the grease. And the best part is it doesn't affect the plastic. It really does a great job of it. So much so, it's hard to understand why Blair's car looks like this now. Anyway. Also got some Simple Green cleaner I'm going to use here, because these parts are pretty dirty. I'll leave some links to what I'm using down below. Alright, the job everyone loves to hate. Yeah, that's right, it's putting these stupid diffs together. I'm going to show you a quick tip today though, to make it heaps easier to fit in these plastic gauges. Just one thing to note before we start assembly is the plastic gauges and the need to check for wear on those inner surfaces. If you can just see there's some light marks from where the gear rides in there. That's nothing to worry about, but if that was any more than a scratch in there and those gears were pushing into that plastic housing, it'd be time to replace that plastic housing. And just while we're talking about gears, we'll have a look at the gears really quickly because I've got a great example here of a worn gear. So you'll see here that this gear is fine. See the width of the teeth? Now look at the width of the teeth on that one. I'll put them side by side there. Can you see that? That's worn. It's not too bad. I should replace it, but I don't have a spare one, so I'm not. So it's going in the front diff. The front diff's easy to get out. So we'll have a look at that at the next maintenance stop. So the top tip is this piece here. This is an old bolt, M7. It's 38 millimeters long. You could use a drill bit. If you've got an old drill bit in the workshop, you can cut that drill bit down or buy an M7 bolt. About 38 millimeters long. That measurement's pretty critical. You won't want it any longer. It'll be hard to get out. Oh, no, maybe. Actually, let's try it with a 7. Nah, it needs to be this long. Don't listen to me. It needs to be that long. So with this piece here, we're able to assemble the gears outside of the diff housing and then slide them in there. So you want your diff gears to look like that. A dab of grease on there would hold those together a bit better, and then they simply just slide into the cage just like that. We'll start putting a pin in there, and then we can just push that out, and there it is, assembled. So pack this diff full of grease. I'm just using some high temp wheel bearing grease, automotive. Just want to work it in as you go, make sure it gets in there, covers all those teeth. Just clean off the excess grease. This is the front diff, spacer goes on first. Just make sure those holes line up. Belt drive. End cap, might pack a little bit more grease in there first. clean a little of that excess off. Just cleaning off those belt teeth as well before we put the end cap on. The end cap on. Screws in. Alright, let's get a start on the shocks. I'm going to start by draining the silicone fluid out. Oof, looks a bit second hand. So we've got some new volume compensators to go into the top of these shocks. So we'll get these old ones out and we'll put some new ones in. Over time, they deform, lose their capacity to rebound that silicone oil. Sometimes they even go hard. That one feels a bit hard. So to get the end of the shock off, I use a little bit of leather. I use the leather just so I don't damage the shock shaft with the teeth from the pliers. So hang on to it nice and tight, and then you can just spin that off. $17mm spanner here, 13mm spanner here. Easy as that. So we might just take a close look at the seal arrangement in these shocks. So there's a few parts to it. There's a little collar that sits in that cap. There's an O-ring, a spacer, and another one of those little collars. Just get that out. So they go in like this. So the cap, then an O-ring, then a white spacer, then an O-ring, then one of those caps. And so that all gets compressed together as we do this up. And as that gets compressed together, it seals against the shaft. So you want to take a good look at the shaft and just make sure that that shaft's in good condition. You can see there, mine's a little worn, but it'll be fine. With some new O-rings in there, that'll be fine. I won't get too much longer out of it though. The other thing to note, if you are replacing this shaft and you're using the, I'll never find that. Oh no, there we go. And you're replacing these little plates, just note they go on in a certain direction. So there's a recess there. That recess faces that circlip. So you can just see here, some muppet has put this piston in the wrong way, and that indentation should be facing the other way. So that's going to be very hard to get off. So hard, I'm not going to worry about it.
You can see you don't need a parts washer. You can easily just do it. Just get yourself a tub. There's some simple green. We want this sealing area to be spotlessly clean. So we'll just give them a rinse with some water after this. I want to make sure these shock caps are clean too. There's a little vent hole there. They need to be clean. They're only very, very fine, so just make sure they're nice and clean too. It's hard to believe they came out of the car. They look brand new. Just goes to show 5 minutes of cleaning and they'll go back together so much easier like that. That's amazing. Look at the difference. That foaming cleaner has done such an awesome job.
Well, that's it, video done. Well, the video's done, but the car's not done. As you can see, I've got a 1/5 scale FG 4-wheel drive RC car on my bench in parts. Believe it or not, there it all is there. But anyway, it's ready to go back together. I've got some fresh parts for the rebuild as well. It's worth another video because I've got so many more tips to share with you guys. One other thing, do you want to see an engine rebuild? I've got to do a stock rebuild on a G270, just a top end rebuild. If you want to see me do a quick and dirty top end rebuild, let me know. How do you let me know? Comment down below, find me on Facebook, find me on Instagram. I'm on Instagram now. Look me up on Instagram, 76 Thomasson M. Give me a follow, give me a like, send me a DM, have a chat to me. I'll be posting on Instagram moving forward during the week, and what I'll be posting during the week will be a sneak peek of what the video will be for that week. So keep an eye on Instagram, guys. Anyway, thanks for watching. Keep an eye out for the next video.